so fascinating. And what came to my mind is that's true, but also the kind of the flip side of that is true, where I think there's relationships where there's not a whole lot of content, but if you can say like, either say like Donald Trump is doing something terrible and you agree on it, or like, wokeness is terrible and you agree on it, you might not have any kind of depth in your relationship, but it's like, okay, we can kind of have this superficial bond on this thing that we agree on.
Right. Yeah. And it's hard to know, because you could say that about many things that we agree on, is that like it could be a superficial way of bonding, right? I think it's limited because it's kind of like talking shit about somebody else. Like you feel like you're really close to the other person, but then like you walk away and you're like, we don't know each other close. It's like the lowest form of connection is talking shit about other people. Politics could be like that too. We could connect really quickly because we're talking, we agree about wokeness and this and that. But like at the end of the day, relationships need to be built. And if you feel like you're really close to somebody really, really quickly, you probably are not close to them at all. And that's not just true about politics. That's true about a lot of things. They need to be built. You need to spend time together. You need to have experiences together. And you need to get past the agreeable stage and get to the I have a different opinion than you stage, right? That's in the 7 Levels of Intimacy. I forgot who wrote that book, but the book 7 Levels of Intimacy, level 3, I believe, is opinions. You start sharing opinions with each other, right? So like, the first 2 levels are pleasantries. And the 3rd level is where I say, you know what, I don't really like that movie. It reminds me of that Key and Peele sketch where one guy says he didn't like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, and everyone's like, all right. And he's like, oh, it's just an opinion. You can't get through that stage. You're not going to have very deep relationships. So politics, I think, is just like, it's a low level connector or divide.